So, Nintendo GameCube is one of my favorite consoles of all time. I loved that console as a kid, and I want to relive it. Yeah, obviously, there's other ways to do it.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yar, fiddle indeed. Being a pirate is a right to be. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
But since I'm getting a Nintendo Switch 2 next week, hopefully, when Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, I am touching wood that it don't get delayed. You know, my Switch 2 get delayed. But I want to do a top 5 video on my GameCube games, my dream games that I want on the service. So that means no obvious ones like, you know, Miles Sunshine, because it's going to be on there, it announced it, you know, no obvious ones. I will talk about 5 games that are most likely won't be on there due to license issues or limitations. So let's get started, Sally.
Number 1? What kind of stupid wiener name is that? Hello, my name is Number 1. And so forth.
The Simpsons Hit and Run. Yeah, this is a game that I want a port of. I don't care what console, I want a port of this game. It is an all-time classic. And to be fair, it is probably one of the best Simpsons games of all time. Seriously, it is everything we want. It's Simpsons at its best with the humour. It's good with the fan service without forcing your throat, but at the same time, it is a good balance. And the gameplay is fun. And also, it's GTA. It's GTA in the Simpsons world. What more can we ask for? It is a fun game. I used to play for hours as a kid. And I don't understand why it cannot get this, you know, we obviously, you got to type down Sims Hit and Run. There are thousands of videos of people loving this game and want to, you know, replay this game. But sadly, there are a reason for that. Sadly. Because of the rights. Because the people who made the Hit and Run games don't have the right for the Simpsons IP no more. Because, yep, the bastards, yep, the assholes, know what I mean? EA got the whole rights for the games, and what it choose to do with it the last 10 years, mobile type action games, and even that got a fan base, and they're heartbroken because obviously this year Simpsons is a hit attack, whether it is a attack game that's closed down. So yeah, this will most probably never gonna happen, sadly. Again, I'm playing it does, but I cannot see it, you know. We'll get to the next one, Sally.
Barry.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really? Thanks.
Resident Evil 0, 1 remake, and 4. Yes, I know you're going to say, that's 3 games! But, in the top 5 video, I do not want to put most of them of Resident Evil games, because technically, they all got the same problem, they're all made by the same developers, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to put in this one bit here. So, the Resident Evil games was amazing back in that time period because you tend to have an exclusive deal that, you know, had these certain games, Resident Evil games, exclusive for the console for, you know, a time being. Back then, before it's exclusive completely, but obviously it's not because you can play these games anywhere. You know, they are always dead cheap to buy on, you know, the Xbox store and the PlayStation store. Seriously, I've seen them for £4 each, you know, a lot lately, you know what I mean? But that is probably the reason why that these games would never go on the Nintendo GameCube library on Nintendo Online, because Why would they put these games on here? Because it's still making money. Unless Nintendo would make a deal with Capcom, you know, a payment deal with Capcom, you know what I mean, to say, can we have these games on there? But even then, if they do that, would it be, you know, forever? Or would it be like timed exclusive? Because obviously, isn't it? Nintendo don't own that's the Evil IP. And these games are fantastic back in the day, and still are now. Like, yes, the 4 remake is amazing, but you gotta understand, back in the day, when these games first came out, these games are mind-blowing, gorgeous looking. Even today's standards, they are unbelievable looking. That's how good these games are. Especially Resident Evil 1. Go play Resident Evil 1. You know, it is mind-blowing that the GameCube can actually, you know, won that game so beautiful, you know what I mean? Also, God, these games are amazing. And probably top tier Resident Evil games. You know? So, yeah. Resident Evil 0, 1, and 4. But get to the next one. Sorry.
Hey, excuse me, princess.
Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Now, before you all jump and say, that's an obvious game, it's Zelda, it's gonna be on there. Now, the reason why I don't think this be on there, there's 2 reasons. One, there is a HD remaster, a very good one. So I think I can see Nintendo both like go Zelda. Yeah, I know people will say, but actually there's a HD remaster of Wind Waker, and that's not coming out on the Switch. Well, there are reports that could still happen still. And also, Wind Waker is one of the main flagships for the GameCube. Meanwhile, Twilight Princess was not the main flagship for the GameCube. Now, people will say, whoa. Let me explain. When Twilight Princess first came out, it came out at the same time as a Nintendo Wii. So, most people probably remember playing that version on the Nintendo Wii. So, the only way I can see this game being out is, my second reason is, which I think it will happen eventually, which is Nintendo Wii game library. I think that will come out eventually. I think Twilight Princess will be on that bit. Or, like I said before, it might likely going to release it as a full price game. You know, it's Nintendo, they are going to charge full price for this game, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Talk about the game itself, yeah, it's one of my favorite Zelda games because I love the dark tone, the art style, the gameplay. Again, the gameplay, it's freaking Zelda. We all know what Zelda's gameplay is like, you know what I mean? There's a reason why there's so many games and the franchise is still going on because the gameplay is so fun. And Twilight Princess is one of my favorites, and you know, I cannot see it being added on the GameCube library, sadly. So, let's get to my next one, Sally.
Snake, answer me! Snake! Snake!
Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. So, this is a remake of the PlayStation 1 classic, Metal Gear Solid. Well, duh. Now, it is probably one of the best remakes of all time. It's up there. It is unbelievable. A fantastic remake. And the reason why I can't see this being on, you know, Nintendo GameCube collection is because if they release this, people will probably push for a full-on remake, and I think that will happen. I think the remake is planned, to be fair. Because they're doing what they call Metal Gear Solid 3, you know, remake. So, they probably will do one if that sells well, which it probably will. Metal Gear Solid 3 will sell well, the remake will sell so well. And I think number 1 will be the next remake. I can't see them touching 2 because 2 is just beautiful. Yeah, 3 is. But I think it gonna go through 1, then it'll probably do 2, you know what I mean? if we're going to do that with, because I think one need a remake more than two, know what I mean? And a lot of people say, but we got one yet. Like I said, it's GameCube exclusive. Now, it could do a deal with Konami to, let Nintendo have this game on the GameCube collection. But like I said then, with when we make it known free, and it got the Warrior Core, the collection out, over a year ago, the Metal Gear Solid collection, with the reports coming out that we're going to get Volume 2. So I cannot see them releasing this, know what I mean, onto, like I said, Nintendo GameCube collection. I cannot see it. I can dream, I can hope so, but again, it's wishful thinking. So, what gets my number one game I want the most on the Nintendo GameCube collection? Shall we? Eternal Darkness. Yeah. This game is probably my top 10 favorite horror games of all time. It's up there. It is so good, so unique the way it does this gameplay. And the story, the story might not be like mind-blowing, because basically it's about this girl going to this house and you see your ancestors, or, if I don't know why, because it's been a while since I played it, you go through like different time periods and the stories are dark, know what I mean? But I know people say, oh, that doesn't sound like so unique. What makes it unique about that? Well, it's an insane thing you got in this game. So basically, the more insane you get, the insane meter is, the more fucked up the game is, the more it fucks your mind. It does stuff that it messes you. Like, some of the stuff, like, the wound's rotation, or the wound, you go to the room you think you're going to, but you go to a different room, or you even measure your console, where it makes you think that you're going to turn it off, which you don't, know what I mean? And there probably is two reasons why that I cannot see us getting this game on the Nintendo GameCube collection. Even though it is probably one of the highest rated games on the GameCube. Reason one is probably the console mechanics in the game. Because like I said before, it does mess with your console. So unless it do like elimination of a GameCube inside this emulator, that could happen. Who knows? But my main reason why I cannot see this game being, on the Nintendo Online, GameCube Online, is the IP. The IP is so unknown that we don't know what's going on with it. Because the last time we heard from this franchise that there was a crowdfunding campaign for a sequel, and it stopped halfway through. And since then, no more updates. And we don't know what's going on with the IP. It's been over 10 years. Well over 10 years since that Kickstarter. I can't remember when, but it was a while ago. I remember I was so hyped for this Kickstarter. The only thing that put me off it was it tried to copy, if I remember right, it tried to copy the Telltale formula, where it's going to be in episodes, not as a whole game. So maybe that's why it failed, but even then, it didn't try to relaunch the campaign or, take feedback from it. It's just weird how this campaign never went off, know what I mean? And even more weird that if there's no other company to buy the IP, like Nintendo, for example. Like I just said, this could be a good IP. Imagine how many games can make this game, sequels to this game. Honest to God, it is so tragedy that we never got no more from, this series. So, that's it. That's my top 5 dream GameCube games I want. What like will happen? Who knows? It can happen, So, my question today before I leave is, what GameCube game you want on the Nintendo Online library? I'd like to hear it in the comments below. And also, you'll see more videos like this. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. This is the Break Who Cares. See you on the next one.